My name is Mwende Kusewa. I'm the Assistant Country Director in charge of programs at CREAW Kenya, and I'm based in the Nairobi office. So the Women, Boys and Leadership Project, which we abbreviate as the WVL project, is a pilot project for CREAW Kenya. The project started 6 years ago. It was funded by the Global Affairs Canada in response to strengthening capacity of women-led and women rights organizations in Kenya. The project had three main areas of focus. One of them was strengthening the capacity of the women rights and women-led organizations in terms of making sure that they have strategies in place, policies in place, and that they are able to run and be sustainable on their own. The second objective was to provide grants to ensure that these local organizations, the women rights organizations, are able to undertake their day-to-day activities and within their area of focus. And the third one was on advocacy, to be able to bring together, form networks and alliances that are able to advocate for issues that are affecting women in Kenya. So the project was implemented through 4 principal partners, and the principal partners then had downstream partners that they were working with. So the principal partners are basically local organizations that are working in Kenya, Kenyan local organizations. And we had 4 of them. One of them was CREAW, Uraia Trust, Urgent Action Fund, and CRAWN Trust. Those were the 4 principal partners that we were working with. So the role of CREAW was to strengthen the capacity of the principal partners, and in return, the principal partners would then strengthen the capacity of the downstream partners or the local WROs. The project was being implemented countrywide.
Imagine, in this modern day, FGM continues to be a big issue in our country. Why? That sounds like modern slavery, and yet it's practiced.
For the women's rights organizations in the room, we all know the complaints that we have been having. Not enough money, not enough co-funding, not enough admin. But here comes Global Affairs Canada, and they say we must strengthen women's rights organizations.
We have been able to be strengthened as well as an institution. We have been able to hire a gender and inclusion manager through the program, and for that, we are very thankful.
Women and girls' voices at the grassroots especially must be heard. And that is why Canada is supporting organizations like CRAWN Trust, like CREAW, Urgent Action Fund, Uraia Trust, and all other women's rights organizations represented here.
Secondly, and outcome 2, the women rights organization have worked on the advocacy issues at the grassroots level, because the project are believed on the grassroots initiative, whereby it's more on localization agenda, using the local people to get the local solutions, because we believe that women are affected a lot when it comes to many issues, different thematic areas, and they have the solutions for the problems that they encounter. So the Women Voices and Leadership Organization and our gender equality theory of change, whereby we look at building the agency, changing relation, and transforming structure. And this is what the 3 outcomes have been anchored on, guided by the Feminist International Assistance Policy.
My name is Nayan. I am the co-founder and the director of Paran Women Group. Paran Women Group is an organization that was started in the year 2005, and it was started by indigenous women. We started by only one group, and the main aim of starting this organization was because women and girls were more affected by climate change, and we were facing a lot of challenges. That's why we sat together with the women and decided to start this organization, which is the Paran Women Group, and it now consists of 64 women groups.
My name is Rahma Gulam Abbas. I'm the Executive Director for Muslim Women Advancement of Rights and Protection. It's a women-led organization that was established or founded by a group of women professionals, but also we have a few men in the board who came together to look at the gaps that exist in our society here at the coast. Initially, it was just at the coast. what are the gaps? We felt that there are a lot of organizations focusing on human rights, but general human rights. But looking specifically on women and girls, we lacked those kind of organizations, and specifically looking at the Muslim women, because there are a lot of challenges the Muslim women are going through, but they suffer in silence because they feel I don't have a safe space that I can report these issues. So the essence why we formed MWAP was specifically to look at the issues facing women and girls, but also with a special niche.
So one of the issues that WVL aimed to address, as I've said, is strengthening the capacity of women's rights and women-led organizations. There's been the drive, of course, to work through local partners. A lot of donors preferring that even as we implement programs, they are programs that are led by local organizations. However, one of the challenges that we've had has been the capacity of some of these local organizations to be able to implement projects, mainly because they do not have systems and structures, and also because they do not have the funding to be able to undertake some of the activities that they were formed to undertake. So the project has focused on that, and basically ensuring that these women rights organizations are able to come up with policies like the human resource policy, finance policies, be able to come up with transition plans and strategic plans, and also develop their own organization strategies, which a lot were lacking.
In the year 2019, when we heard about the call of proposal from the Women Voice and Leadership, we actually sat down and applied the proposal, and we were successful to receive the money from Women Voice and Leadership project. And when we received this Women Voice and Leadership project in the year 2020, we had to do different activities which actually brought a lot of change to the women, to the girls, and the whole community. One of the projects that actually changed the women is the women rights, because the women didn't know their rights, and when they learned about their rights, and also the girls, when they learned about their rights, that's what actually changed everything in Paran and the community at large. So I can say that Women Voice and Leadership also, when we received that project at Paran Women Group office, we had no equipments in the office, and they equipped our office. We had to receive some laptops. We received also the camera. We received the office chair, and we saw that we are people now because we had nothing. This was the second funds that actually changed our lives. It improved our leadership, and it made us visible to international, to national and local level.
For us, the WVL project was our first grants, formal grants, and what we did was, before getting the formal grants, we were doing more contributions. Whenever we feel there's an activity we want to conduct, we ask our board members, ourselves, to contribute. Sometimes we will do some food bazaars, get some proceeds, ask women to come, bring some food stuff and sell, and then the profits that are gained, we organize activities that we conduct based on the food proceeds that we get. So for us, it was something like we had already started something, but of course not funded, it's from our own sources. So when WVL came on board, we've been able to assist women, especially the young mothers, to register groups, to access financial resources from the Women Fund, because they were doing small table banking. They were not organized. We were able to assist them to get organized, to get registered. We assisted them to form groups, formally register the group so that they can now be able to get formal funding.
And so when WVL came in 2019, Appeal was not able to even understand what we were targeting women by then. When WVL came, it helped us even open the lenses of understanding what gender is. In our own thinking, it was we were finding to look like it was the difference between a male and a female. It was when the male is powerful than a female. That is how we understood it. Only to realize with Women Voice Leadership Project that it had various fronts. And so when it began, we didn't have a lot of infrastructure. We had an office which was deep in the village, which to us made us to look so rural. When WVL came, we moved from that office to another office.
Because were it not for CREAW, our activities would be so impossible to carry out. Remember, our organization is a grassroots-based organization. We have other partners who actually do their work maybe in big cities, but it was a very great honor to have CREAW consider the grassroots organization, because actually it is at the grassroots where the rubber touches the road. It is actually at the grassroots where these the devices that you hear about, where these cases happen. And the grassroots people have been left for a long time. So the grant came in very handy. We've been able to reach our people. The people are informed, they can make the choices, which without it, maybe not so many information would have reached these people.
Under the WVL program, that's the Women Voice Leadership, that was a very good start for AWARD. It was actually our first grant, and we are so lucky to have it. So basically, WVL has kept AWARD where it is right now, because it has helped us mostly in institutional capacity building and also the capacity building of the organization, the staff, and also the organization. When WVL came up, AWARD as an organization, we were trying, but we did not have many policies in place. So under institutional capacity building, WVL helped us to align most of our policies. We were also able to get our first strategic plan for AWARD, which will run for 5 years. And also most of our board members, we also got a board manual after having a training of our board members, and also the capacity building of our staff. Apart from the capacity building of us as an organization, we also had some programs under the WVL to help the community. That was the Kikao Mashinani and the mentorship support for women self-help groups. Together with, we were forming a Gender Equality Champions Club, which will help us run all through the program.
By Uraia coming in, one, they have assisted us for us to reach these women at the village level, to train them, and even GBV cases, how to report, where to report. The women didn't know even where to go, because for this community, even if a girl is raped, reporting it is just like a taboo they don't like. Uraia have supported us to produce policies. They gave us the funds, policies like human resource, finance, procurement, gender, all those relevant policies. Even yesterday, I was in another meeting where another organization was trying to evaluate the capacity of each organization. And ours was among the best, yeah, because of those policies.
There were so many things that WVL project had arranged for us. We had 2 policies in place. When WVL began, they went to, I think, 9. There were policies that we had, we reviewed, we approved, and they came into existence. They have become operational since 2020 to date. There were plans that we did not have, like for example, annual plans. It was something that we struggled to develop, despite knowing it, until it was a way to make it possible was made simple by the WVL project. So we developed various plans and strategies. One of the plans was the annual plans, strategic plan, and the other plan was the communication plan. These were key things that made appear known within very short time. Donors started to feel like there is an institution that we need to work with, and it has all prerequisite requirements that are important for partnership. Other than the plans, we had strategies. One of them is a resource mobilization strategy, something that we did not have. We formulated it, I think it was in the second year. After formulating it, during the few trainings that we attended in Nairobi and in Naivasha, we were taught on how to dispense our communication, dispense our information, and in these strategies helped us to connect with so many other people.
We were able to attract funding from other organizations. We have attracted many other partners with bigger funding scale. Like, for example, we've been able to work with CMN2 Foundation on land and natural resources, strengthening for women and people with disability. We have developed a bicultural protocol to help us maybe farm it up on the work that we do strongly. We have we got a support to. I personally went to Permanent Forum in the year 2023, and in that year we were able to get support from Azimuth World Foundation. So funding of around $25 for 1 year. So we graduated from 3 months to getting a higher funding of like 1 year. We have also attracted people who wanted to learn from our community, and of course, people who would wish to learn from us. Like, for example, other organizations, women-led organizations that really wish to, have this one as a lesson learned from their end. So we've grown differently at that level.
My name is Terry Maindo, Gender Coordinator Women Voices and Leadership Program in Kenya at CARE Kenya. And this is what the 3 outcomes have been anchored on, guided by the Feminist International Assistance Policy. So through this, the Agency of Women has been built to be able to speak both in formal and in informal setup, whereby the women have been capacity built to speak about the issues in different setup and to take up the leadership positions, whereby we have seen women coming in different decision-making tables. They can be able to speak out what they do, and their voices are heard, and making them to take part into leadership. So generally, the project has been impactful in advancing gender equality in the country through the policy development, both at the organization level and also challenging the country to ensure that the gender policies that are being created in the country are gender responsive. And one of the successes that I can speak as a gender person for this project is that recognizing gender is not an issue of women alone, but gender is an issue of everybody, and always working with a mind of, if tables turn, what will the other gender speak? So we need to push and ensure that male engagement is very important. We leave no one behind, and we all pursue the gender equality in the country.
The project has helped the community mostly socially, economically, and politically, because since then we have had very many leadership roles in the community. We have had people, mostly women and girls, taking part in the decision-making committee. I can see like an improvement from 2020, and from now things are just in another level. So I'd like to say also thank you so much for the grants that you have provided unto us, and also the continuous help that you have given unto us, and the quick responses that you people have always been on toes on us. Yeah.
I want to appreciate GAC and CARE for what they've done. Ilikuwa ni kipindi kifupi, like 1-2 years, but imeleta a lot of impact, of which I'm saying the notable achievement haingewezekana isingekuwa ni their support. And like I said, there's nothing for us without us. We are really calling upon the young people. We are really calling upon the women, because we are the ones who go through a lot of challenges. And even when we speak about service delivery, we speak about gender responsive projects, these are all out for our well-being. So it's a wake-up call for the young people and for the women to ensure that we are in the decision-making tables, because we are everywhere, but we are nowhere. So it's high time we take the mantle. It's high time in our own small ways to stand up. We have been given the voice. Let us speak up. Let's raise our voices even more.
We can't talk of MWAP story. All these successes, I say, all this funding, all this work that MWAP is doing, I think we owe it to Global Affairs Canada, CREAW Kenya, and Uraia Trust. We wouldn't have been where we are without their trust and support.
Bado